was the only one in my batch with about 78 other male IPS officers. And I faced that entire spectrum of stereotyped conversations. So the big question was whether she'll be able to do it or not. If we send her to the mainstream policing, would she be able to control the law and order or not, or the crime aspect of it? So, initially I was frazzled about all these things, about the way these things were being communicated to me, said and unsaid ways. But then I realized that at some point of time, I realized that it was more about the mindset of the people than about me. So I thought that the best way would be to take every challenge as an opportunity and try to, prove the naysayers wrong. But in that process, yes, I have had to work doubly hard. And I think that is what every woman ultimately ends up doing. To prove yourself, you have to actually work harder than the others out there. The challenges at that time when I entered the service, of course, the number is still a challenge. We have very few women in these largely male-dominated services. But then the challenge at that time was that you didn't have mentors to look up to. You didn't have ideals to look up to. So you had to set your own benchmarks. The women who are coming in now, they have a lot of mentors to look up to. And there's a lot more bonding because you have more women. And so it makes you feel comfortable rather than when you are the only one in the room. So that is the change which I perceive. But then again, all said and done, it's again 6 to 7% across the entire public sector, any service you take. Even for the corporates, at the initial level, you have a lot more women coming in. But as they move up the ladder, right, you have what you call the leaky buckets. They are just falling off the workplace. There are studies and there are researchers which are saying that every year the proportion, the representation of women in the labor force is falling. We have to address this issue of nudging more women to come into the workspace. We have to look at a lot of things. We have to see what is preventing them from coming into the workspace, because the solutions are going to come from that. I go about talking of all these things because I feel that the workspace would be much better if we have a diverse workforce, and more importantly, we are able to assign value to the people who are bringing in that diversity into that workspace so that they are able to give their best to the organization, add value to whatever they are doing, and contribute to the larger picture.